This is a jigsaw. A jigsaw is a very useful power tool that can cut different types of materials like wood, plastic, metal. You can install different types of blades on the machine. In this case we have metal blade for cutting metal and a wood cutting blade. You can use the metal cutting blade to cut hard plastics also. How to install the blade? You have to make sure that the teeth are facing forward. Then open the lever and install the blade inside the machine until it locks in place. Release the lever and make sure that the blade is steady inside the machine. This is how you install a blade in a jigsaw. Remember to wear safety goggles, gloves and a dust mask before using this machine. So the jigsaw, like a lot of other power tools, has a trigger where you can turn on and off the machine. And on the side it has a locking button. We are going to cut a piece of plywood. Clamp the piece of plywood securely against the table using a vise, or in this case a quick clamp. Make sure to cut far from the table because this machine can cut the edge of the table. Remember always to use both of your hands to operating this machine. You have to all the time look in front of the machine. Remember all the time to turn on the machine few millimeters before the contact of the material, like so. Make sure that the surface of the machine is completely flat against the material that you want to cut. You can do straight lines and you can cut curve with this machine. This is a cordless circular saw. In the box you have the machine, a battery charger and an extra battery. Always use gloves and goggles before using the circular cordless saw. Before using the machine, make sure that you have a fully charged battery by pressing the button under the battery. If you need to recharge the battery, it's very simple. You have to press the yellow button, slide the battery out, charge it, and when it's charged, slide it in again. Inspect the machine before using it. Make sure that everything is in order, there is no liquid coming out of the machines, there is no plastic pieces, broken plastic pieces. So how to operate the machine? There is a trigger, like most of the power tools. But there is a safety button that you have to actuate with the thumb to be able to turn on the machine. Press the safety button down with the thumb and press the trigger. There is a handle in front of the machine for your other hand. Remember that this tool is designed to cut in straight lines only. Ask for help from one of your colleagues before using this machine. we're going to cut a piece of pine wood. Remember to turn on the machine before the blade is in contact with the material. This is the miter saw. For using the miter saw, you have to wear a dust mask, safety goggles, and gloves. The miter saw is a rotary blade that cuts perpendicular to the material. You can adjust the angle of the blade by moving the lever 90 degrees, 45 degrees, etc. There is a release button that is placed in the thumb that you have to push before pressing the trigger to start the machine. When you're ready, press the trigger and drive the whole saw all the way down until the end. If you want to cut a 45 degrees angle, move the lever to a 45 degrees and repeat the whole process again. Remember that always hold the piece of wood that you are cutting steady with one hand against the wall and the surface of the machine. This is a scroll saw. Scroll saw is an oscillating cutting machine. There is different blades available for this machine depending the material that you want to cut. The scroll saw has two buttons, one on-off button and a knob. When you turn the knob, you can adjust the speed of the machine. You have to cut in high speed for soft materials. For aluminum and soft metals, you have to lower the speed. Always remember that the blade has to be in tension. You can increase the tension of the machine by adjusting the rear knob. Remember to use safety goggles and gloves before using the scroll saw. I am going to cut a piece of wood in a straight line on the scroll saw. Always hold the piece of wood with both of your hands steady. Make sure that your thumbs are not in the axle of the blade and push the piece of wood gently forward. The machine is also capable of cutting curves. If you have any questions about this machine, you can ask one of the lab technicians or your professor.